Hey, what's going on, everybody? Tonight's video, I just kind of want to do a little follow-up. I know how much you guys tend to like my ramblings, but I feel like there was, well, for anyone who's unfamiliar, my last video that I did on Sunday, I discussed that I have an opportunity to open up my own FFL and my own gun shop. And I discussed sort of some of the pros and cons, some of the challenges, I guess is a good word, that I'd be facing doing something like this, and my apprehensions about it. And I got a lot, and I mean a lot of great feedback on that video. I feel like, there's a lot of people that were just gonna say, oh, absolutely, it's a, once in a lifetime opportunity to go ahead and do something like this, and not give it, how do I want to word this? Some people gave me great constructive. Yes, you can sit there and say, just do it or don't do it. And then there's other people that it's more than a yes or a no. It's not black and white. It's gray kind of thing. And I got some great feedbacks. And I think when I was responding to some of those comments on the last video, I feel like it kind of clicked for me, especially reading some people's. My main apprehensions, if you didn't see that video, were that currently I am in a very stable job that brings home stable income, and there will always be 80 hours every 2 weeks for me to work. Obviously, if I quit my job, I will not be able to go back to it, so therefore, if I quit it to go start up my own gun shop, then it has to, it's either going to sink or swim. I'm either like all or nothing at that point, and it has to swim. It has to do good, otherwise I'd be in a boatload of financial troubles at that point. But I think responding to my comments, it kind of clicked for me that there was a third option, and one that I think it's still going to be a little rough starting off, but it's very plausible and actually could work very well. And that is, so currently I work at a medical center. I work at the walk-in side of things, which, again, I've mentioned before, but I work 2 12-hour shifts and then get 2 12-hour shifts off, and then my weekend is Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So when I work one day, how do I put this? So tonight's Wednesday night, so I will work Thursday, Friday. I will have off Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I will work Tuesday, Wednesday. Then I will have off Thursday, Friday, and I will work Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It's a rotating schedule. I like the 12 hours because I get a lot of days off. Normal people work 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, and they get Saturday and Sunday off. This way, every 2 weeks I work 7 days, but I also get 7 days off every 2 weeks. So I guess a normal schedule would be 4 days off every 2 weeks. I get 7 days. So I like that. But obviously working every 2 weeks, I work every day of the week, at least once. So obviously doing anything. So in my mind, originally when I made the first video, I thought that I would have to quit that job and go start up my FFL, my gun shop. And like I said, when I was responding to the comments, I thought of something that it's extremely plausible. Would be, we have a walk-in, but we also have a primary care. Now, the primary care at my work does do Monday through Friday, and then even then, Friday's only a half day. So, what I was, and again, I think it is very plausible that they would take me over there, is that I would do primary care, which I'm not a huge fan of. I like the walk-in, and that's strictly because we don't get too like deep into things. Again, we're a walk-in clinic, we're not a primary, so typically you come in, majority of people have seasonal allergies, maybe a broken toe, just very easy stuff to do. We get them in and we get them out, and in an hour I don't see them anymore. That way, if they're a great patient, they cheer up my day, they make it a good day. If they're a bad patient, they're in and out. I don't have to see them, and preferably ever again. But like I said, the nice thing is people go in and out, in and out. So I see a lot of faces, good or bad, they're in and out. The problem with primary care is they keep coming back if they are a bad patient or if they're a problem. And then obviously you have to get really, really deep into their medical history, which I'm not a huge... Like, through the walk-in, we just get the basics, like... not trying to... I'll simplify things here. Like, through the walk-in, we figure out, like, all I need to really know, like, medications you're on, are you allergic to any medications, do you have any medical conditions, and have you ever had surgery before? And then I take your vital signs. Primary care, you gotta get vaccines involved, shots involved, you gotta go through like a whole slew of other things, and then they're gonna be coming to you with more it's a lot more involved in the patient, but again, it is doable for me to go over there. Yes, I won't like it as much, but again, it's still the same company, which I do enjoy, and again, it's very doable that I do Monday through Friday at this job, and then I do Saturday, Sunday, and open up my gun shop. Now, I don't know, I mean, again, 2 of those days are me working for myself, so it's a little different, and I think my local gun shop does 11 to 7, so that way I could still sleep in on the weekends and still enjoy my nights. We'd be open for 8 hours over at the gun shop. So I think it's very, but I've never personally worked 7 days, so that would mean essentially I never get a day off. The only days off I would get would be through PTO at my job, or a holiday. So I don't know how that would be, but again, I'm kind of working for myself on the weekends, and to me, like I said, dealing in guns, just seeing all the different types of guns out there, people bringing in new guns, old guns, calibers I've never heard of, like that seems a lot of fun to me. So I don't really feel like the Saturday and Sunday, I don't really feel like that is work. Like, I feel like that's more, that would be pretty fun, I feel like. But I guess I'd have to see. So, like I said, responding to the constructive comments that I was getting, kind of opened up a third option where I don't have to quit. My options were I stay at my job and don't do the FFL, or do the FFL and quit my job. But I feel like this is a great intermediary where I keep my job so I always have that stable income, and then I do the gun shop as well. Because I did get comments like that said again, they've been through their lives and they know from their personal experience, hearing my story, that I would absolutely regret it if I don't do this. So I think realistically, if I didn't do this FFL, which is kind of my dream job to be honest, but if I don't do that, and then I'm going to be kicking myself in the butt for it, especially since I have a very nice opportunity to do so. Um, so I think just keep my job, keep the stable income. So that way, even then, the nice thing is with that is, because starting off, I'm gonna have to. Obviously gonna have to buy things to stock the store, buy guns, buy ammo, buy like shooting supplies, and then it's a small world where I live, but it's still like word has to get out there, and I have people that I know would buy from me, but then if they start telling people, I strongly feel that it could take off, and it probably will take off, especially if people know me and I'm not trying to. We know several gun shops in our area. My family does, and I know like some of their pricing on things. One gentleman that I know, he says he's pretty much, if you come in with any kind of used Glock, doesn't matter the generation, the caliber, anything, he gives you $200, and then he will turn it around for $400 and actually sell it. I know there's a lot of people that I could do, because again, I'm not really, if I'm keeping my main job, I want to, and obviously I want to help people out. I don't feel like I have to go that crazy with things. Whereas like, okay, let's say I do that for 400, but then a close friend of mine comes in, and I can cut him some deals and stuff like that. I can make people happy, so I strongly feel like it could take off, and it probably will. But again, it's going to take some time realistically for that to happen. So I feel like keep my job, keep the money, keep my money coming in so I can pay my bills, and then on the weekends, so that way, even if, especially like let's say the first couple weeks, I'm sitting in there 8 hours and not a single person comes in. To be honest, it's not a big deal because I still have my stable income, and so yes, I would like to obviously make some sales, but at the same time, I appreciate that starting off is going to be a little slower. So I think, like I said, just reading people's comments and everything, I find like this is a very plausible and a very good option. I don't know, what are you guys' thoughts on that? I responded to some of the comments with this idea. But like I said, I think it's very plausible, and it might be, like, I don't know. I've never worked 7 days before, but like I said, the weekends, I'm working for myself. And to me, that's not work. That's, what's that saying? If you do something you love, you'll never work a day in your life. So to me, it's not work. I get to talk about guns all day on my weekend. So I think that's very plausible, best of both worlds. That way, if it takes off, fantastic, let's say a month or 2 or 3 or whatever down the road, my weekends are just absolutely jam-packed. I'm selling things out the wazoo. Then at that point, the store has some income coming in. It has plenty of inventory. And then maybe I could sit there and say, hey, I could close up. I could quit my current job and then just go full time. So again, right now it leaves both doors open if I do both. So if the gun shop takes off, I could quit my day job and just do the gun shop, open it up 7 days a week or whatever. Or if it just stays kind of mediocre, I make a couple sales but nothing too big, again, I can do both jobs. It's not a big deal. Or if it completely flops, which again I don't think it will, but I'm trying to keep like all my options open. I don't really want to close off anything. If it does fail, then again, at the end of the day, it's not a huge deal because I kept my job. So I'm still paying my bills and everything, and then at that point, if I'm a year opened every weekend, and let's say I don't make a single sale, then at that point I could just I could close up shop, sell everything, and just go back to my day job. But I feel like it leaves all avenues open. I'm not closing off anything, and then that way, like I said, if it does great, then I'll go for it full time. If it fails, there's no regrets because I did try it and I did get to experience it. And it's just sort of the way that the cookie crumbles kind of thing. But I think for those of you that have stuck around this long, my local gun shop, I just bought a .32 Smith & Wesson long about a month ago. My local gun shop has this ammo just on the shelf. And I think that is it's one of the things that inspired me. I think the COVID pandemic and there not being a whole lot of calibers on the shelf, that's what kind of inspired me. But then again, my local gun shop usually has firearms and weird calibers, and they have the ammo for it, the weird caliber. So I think I'm going to try and do this, because this is what I love, and I think there's... my local gun shop kinda does it. The problem is he has like every basic caliber out there, and then it's just like occasionally he'll get in. He's got the ammo for like a whole mess of calibers, but he doesn't really have the guns. I think this is what I love, and the problem is I know in my state no one else really does what I want to do, and that is, I think you have your P365s and your Glock 19s. You have your very basic, good carry guns, good beginner guns. You have your basic stuff. But then what I love, and what I think other people probably love, they just can't really get, is this. I bought off my local gun shop. Again, he had .32 Smith & Wesson long. He's got boxes of ammo, and he had an H&R. It was a 1980s, I want to say. Was it a 703? It was a revolver in .32 Smith & Wesson long. And again, let me look at my caliber wall here. He's the only gun shop around here that I know. Again, these are some of the calibers that I've bought off of him that I know no one else in my state has .32 Smith & Wesson long. Just kind of going down the line here. Just a 7.62 by 38 Nagant. I know nobody else has that, which I bought off of him too. 303 British. That's just a couple of them, but I feel like you really tackle that market around where I'm at, and I feel like that could do fantastic. Like I said, you keep your basic stuff, you keep your 10 mils, your 9 mils, your 45, your 5.56, you keep that stuff, but then I want to tackle this, because this is what I love, and I know, again, without him, no one in my state has .32 Smith & Wesson long on the shelves. You'd have to go to an online website to buy this, and then pay shipping and all that hoopla. He's also the only one I know that has 32 ACP and 25 ACP firearms for sale. So like I said, I think that's the market I want to tackle, and I think I could do pretty darn good with it, because no one else really is. He kind of is, but again, I've been going to him for about a little over 2 years now we've been going to him, and all the calibers I just rattled off to you have been an accumulation over that time. It's like I think last week when we went, he had nothing out of the ordinary. I want to always, whether I buy it through Gunbroker, get used, whatever, I want to always have weird oddities and unique stuff that I don't think that will, in my opinion, attract customers. I think that'll be all for today's video. If you have any other suggestions or ideas about the FFL, about work, about future videos, let me know. Like I said, I try to respond to everybody, and I really enjoyed the constructive criticisms and feedback that I got off the last video. So with that, I guess I will see you guys in next week's video, and peace.